Hello, everybody. See, there's a few people that joined up. Wilmer! Wilmer was around on his phone. What's going on? I thought I got some of those Hobby Zone modules in the mail today, and I thought I'd sit here on a live stream and build them. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm sure you can hear me okay, huh? I'm always concerned about that for some reason. You know, when you do a live stream, everything messes up. Thanks, Art. Art's here too. So I thought I'd drag these out. I got these today. These are those because I am completely unorganized. So I got some of these Hobby Zone modules. See, I told you I'm unorganized. I can't even find my carton opener. Go ahead and lurk, Art. That's fine. This one is a corner paints module. I don't want to do the corner one. I think I want to do a little thing on my Dremel. I want to do the brushes and tools module first. I don't know how much y'all have seen these Hobby Zone modules. I've seen them on some. So what they are, they're just modules. They're just modules. They're kind of pressed fiberboard, but you use them to organize your stuff. They're fairly reasonably priced. I think each module was around $17, $18, something like that. So basically, what it is, move this down just a little bit. Hey, new Fenris. These are, so you just put them together. I don't know if there's any. Here's the instructions. So basically what it's going to look like is that when it's done. And they all have little magnets on them, so you can, on your desktop, you can stick them all together. So it says to use a knife to cut them apart. Where's the magnet? Oh, those are strong. There's the little magnets. There's 4 of them. So I guess the first thing I'll do is cut pieces. And I'm just using a carton opener. I should probably do this on a hard surface instead of my foam. So I get the little excess pieces off. So I bought four modules. This one's the tools module. And then I bought 3 to hold paint jars. A corner one. I haven't even opened them yet. Yeah, that's right. The building's framed at the same. So this is a corner module to hold paints. And then, so basically they can go across the back of your desk and then wrap around. And they make modules for different size paint jars. So the you can get them for the smaller paint jars like the Vallejo ones, or the larger one like the Tester's Model Master, or your apple barrel stuff that you get at Walmart and stuff like that. I know, I'm dangerous with this. So let's see, I have that part, and I think these come apart. It says use a knife to separate the parts, so we'll see. So you'll see in real time how fast or how slow I built this. I just, like I said, I'm so unorganized. I just thought it'd be great to have some kind of hobby organizer put on my desk. Keep my tools on, my paint bottles, that kind of stuff. Okay, I think that's the only parts that have to be separated. So this is the bottom. And the picture's showing the bottom like that. RDNT. How's it going, Randy? So what do I do first? The ends. Are these? Okay, I see. So I've got some more separating to do. Hey, Steve. Now, the instructions are pretty much like the Walther's instructions. they give you a view of it, and that's it. And you got to figure out how to put it together from that view. Hey, Jerry. Steve and Yeah, believe it or not, I didn't have any wood glue in the house. I was surprised. I had a little bit, but it was already diluted for using it for scenery and stuff. So I had to run to Home Depot and get some wood glue. All right, so there's that. We have this. They're from Europe, Steve. These are the ones from, where do they make these? I don't know, can't remember. Was it Poland? Yep, they're Polish, I think. I think they're made in like Warsaw because they have Polish instructions. So. I am so, like I keep saying, I am so disorganized. So I have to get something to organize my workbench. Hey, Dwight. It's not even 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Yeah, I don't know where the other. I guess maybe the Chinese have copied these. I don't know, but these are the ones from Poland. Oops! Can't even cut a straight line. That's pretty bad. So, yeah, Jerry, that's what they are. The Hobby Zone modules. Because I'm a disorganized mess. I'll probably buy more of them later on, but I wanted to get started with these 4 and see how I like them. Therefore, so this is the one I'm building right now. So what it's for is organizing your workbench. So this is the tools module. Paint brushes, drill bits, pliers, that kind of stuff will go in this. And jars and jars differences for. There's a real funny. There's actually a hobby shop called Hobby Zone on the internet. Then there's Hobby Zone USA for these. You can't order these from the Polish website. You have to order it from American. So yeah, so I have the other 3 I got are for I think they're 36 millimeters, but they hold jars this size, and then there's another one that holds the larger. Let's see, this one. Yeah, and then this one holds like the Model Master size of paints and stuff like that. So I got 2 modules for the smaller jars, and then 2 for the smaller jars. This one will hold the Vallejo paints, and the small testers paints, and then I got two to do that. So. No, Jerry. Nobody in the U.S. makes them. These are made in Poland, and then I think there's like Steve was saying, there's a Chinese copy. So, okay. See ya, IMROO, RRO. South Brooklyn. All right, so let me get back. If I get these mixed up, I am going to never figure out which parts go where. Let me make sure I got everything trimmed here. I do. All right, let me look at my picture again. So this one's the middle one. Yeah, they're not really plywood. These are kind of a press board, kind of a fiber board kind of stuff. Yeah. So this one, oh, there's one trim I didn't get. So this goes here, and I always test fit stuff. This one obviously goes on this end. This one goes on in the middle, like that. That goes there. Okay, so it's like this. Maybe I'll see how this goes after I get something else. Okay, this goes on the front like that. This goes on the bottom. I could trim that a little bit better if I wanted to. Yeah, I think they're about $18 for each module, right around there. And there's not only the paint bottle holders and the tools module, but there's actually a some drawers, things like that, smaller and larger drawers. There's some flat drawers, like you could put sheet styrene in and things like that. So. Yeah, what did I pay for the 4 modules with shipping and all? Was $97. Does that sound right? So maybe, yeah, with tax, shipping, all that kind of stuff, we would think it were $97. Okay, so this one's going to fit on here. That's what that does. goes in the back, and that fits there. Aha. And then that fits on top like that, but with the larger holes to the back. Okay, so that's how it fits together. Now, since I know how it fits together, I have to figure out, though, what holds this up in the back. Maybe it just lays flat. Yeah, maybe so. Okay. Late Night Model Railroad, you're in the right place. Hey, Ian, how's it going? Okay, so I guess this just lays flat in here against the bottom. Okay, that's all I can see. There's nothing to hold it up. So, all right, let me get out my wood glue. Yeah, I don't know. Aha, that's what that does. Okay. Oh, I see. Now, uh, now I got to figure out which to glue first. That's the problem. Tell you what, I'm going to glue this in first. Let me run down and get a paper towel so I can wipe the glue. Because I know I'm going to be messy with the glue. Oh. Hi, Jim. Yeah, those darn Canadians. We'll see if it goes through this time. All right, so there we go. There's my first piece. Yeah, I probably should put glue completely along the bottom of this. Very thin layer. There we go. Probably should be damp, but I don't have any running water out here, so I'll just make do. Go. Yeah, there's a lot. You know, with that merger, first of all, it hasn't gone through. The offer's on the table, but there's a lot of hoops to jump through. So it's going to be, even if it's accepted, it's still going to be a year and a half before anything happens. Um, yeah, you know all the legal hoops that have to be jumped through to get a merger of that magnitude to happen. Try not to put too much glue on here because I know you don't need a lot. Hey, back for the pipeline. Yep, Canadian bacon. I need to rewatch that movie again. All right. So those go like that. It's on top. Let me put a little glue on the edge of these. Or a lot. Happened to come out a little faster than I thought. All right. The thing like this, and anybody that's a good word worker will tell you, you don't need a lot of glue on this stuff. I am not a good woodworker. So even as little bit as I'm putting, I didn't mean to put it up on the side. Even as a little bit as I'm putting here is probably way too much. I'm sure Jerry would agree with me. Because the more glue you put, the longer it takes to dry. That's right. That's how I feel about it. If it squeezes a lot out, I got enough on there. All right, so this one goes in the middle. That's more than enough. What you making? Looks like it holds lots of bits of something. Yes. So it's the Hobby Zone organizers, and this is the tools module. So it holds paintbrushes, tweezers, pliers, all that kind of fun stuff. Um, this fits right in here. Let me put this in before I forget it. Okay, so okay, so that goes there. This, I think, can just sit in the bottom. There's no reason to attach it if it's just sitting there. This one goes here. So glue here. And here. Let's see if I can get it on these edges. without making too much of a mess. Go. And then this is last. It sits up here. Hold on, let me check something. I should have put this in, but I didn't because I thought it just slid in, but it doesn't. There. Hope I'm not making a total mess out of this. And we'll do that. All right. Make sure, I guess when you're doing this, just make sure you get all the big holes towards the back. That's all. That's the best advice I can do on this one. Split Rock, how's it going? All right, now the back goes on. So what I'm going to do is put glue in the parts that aren't finished, that aren't laminated. Hopefully without making too much of a mess. So I'm going to have to wipe some of this off already before I even put it together. Give me another paper towel. So I guess the other takeaway from this is have a lot of paper towels handy. All right, so that goes there. Now let's see if I can get all this to fit together. That would be a nice thing. Here we go. So, trying to get the and I have dripped glue. Told you I'm a mess. There's Jerry, there's two different crickets. one can cut material up to, I think it's either an eighth or a quarter of an inch, and then there's another one, the more expensive one, that can cut thicker material. See, look at that. That didn't even stay on. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. First of all, oh my God, I've got glue all over the place. I can't believe this. There's glue all over. I didn't even know where it's coming from. So what I'm going to do first, good grief, is I am going to clamp side to side. And I don't want to clamp this too tightly. I think I'm going to clamp it towards the bottom a little bit more. Yeah, looks like it needs to be clamped more at the bottom, because clamping up at the top is actually collapsing it. Tell you the truth, I would have paid 10 extra bucks to have bought this assembled. I really would have. This is crazy. So this is, that doesn't sit on top of that. I think that's a design flaw. Because what I would have had it do, I don't know if you can see over here, but this board, it glues into the back, but it doesn't sit on top of this, and it should have. To me, that's a design flaw. Unless I can, but if I do this, push this over, maybe it does. I don't. Maybe it just was crooked. Okay, maybe it does. I was wrong. Never mind. This, yeah, trying to get this to stay together while it dries is not going to be the easiest thing in the world to do. Because you can't. I don't think my 2-inch clamp is big enough. But if I do, it'll take it. Yeah. And I think I only have one of these. Here, just getting it lined up straight's the big problem. Okay, so you see, that's the problem, is I clamp it at the bottom and moves up at the top. I don't like that because there's slots just aren't deep enough to hold it with any pressure on it. Hmm. CV, how's it going? So what do you guys think? What am I what can I do better here? I mean, I don't know. This is just trying to hold this together while to dry straight is kind of, yeah, Steve, maybe that would have been a good idea if I had brought any tape out. I don't think I did. Or wrap some cord around it or something like that. But this is, so I was unprepared. Basically, I was unprepared. It would be nice to have something to hold this together, especially up here. You know what? I think I do have some electrical tape. I wonder if that would work. Hold on. Aha. Yeah, that's what I'm trying. So let me see if electrical tape. Ah, see, it pulled out of the bottom as soon as I did that. See, I can't get enough pressure in one direction to hold it. Let me try this without destroying the pressure in the other direction. Unfortunately, electrical tape's the only thing I have out here right now. So I'm seeing if it will do anything. Um, Good night, Jerry. Jerry probably got fed up with watching an amateur. He's probably shaking his head going, oh man. So how's it going, CV? I wish I had a little bit smaller clamp to clamp from front to back, is what I wish I had. I'm just trying to, seems like every time I clamp one place, it comes apart in another. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. See, like here, it's got so much pressure here that up here at the corner, it's not holding. And that's just, that's not a good thing. Trying to get some glue out of the bottom here. So y'all can see me struggle with this, and now you'll know what not to do. Night, late night. Let me take this and see if putting any tape on the bottom will help hold that together. I don't know. Okay. I think it's all in one piece at least. And I hope the paints modules aren't as difficult as this one was. I mean, there's nothing difficult really about putting it together. It's just the maybe I just don't have the right tools or something. It's just trying to keep everything everything lined up while you're getting all the pieces together. No, I don't have any 1, 2, 3 blocks, and you know I keep saying I'm going to buy some, and then I don't. It's just like I said, I tried to put tape over the top of this, and it just didn't work. I am going to put some weight on this. Got some weights here. At least put that on top of there. So they'll dry straight. The only one I'm concerned about is this corner here. It's really not together. This is drying correctly. These are together correctly. This could have been a little bit tighter against the back, but I guess it's okay. Okay. So anyway, there's the finished product for that. Now the only other thing left are these magnets. So what the magnets are for is for when you have multiple modules, they stick together with the magnets. And there's a diagram. There's a diagram. I probably should have even put the magnets in first if I was smart. But sometimes I ain't too smart. Yeah, you're probably right, Wilmer. I have blades in the handles, so go figure. The magnets get tapped in with a hammer, so after it dries, I'll put those in. You just need to make sure that whatever way you put in your magnets, that the poles are correct so they don't repel each other. That's all. There's holes in the bottom and in the sides for the magnets. So because you can not only do these side to side, but you can stack them on top of one another. You know, just two layers deep. Like this would be maybe three. Hey, John, because there's like drawer modules. You can stack those and then stack this on top of it. That kind of stuff. I think it's going to be a good organizer. I just sometimes I'm not. Hey, Heath, how's it going? Yeah. So you're right, Heath. This was a nightmare. I was not prepared for this whatsoever. This is like I said. This is it was. I think, like I said, it'll be a good organizer, but it was just trying to get everything to line up. I should have had. Looking back, if you want to build one of these, have some smaller clamps, like some 4 or 6 inch clamps, so you can do front to back. You know, things like that. That's what I would. That's what I would recommend. Clamps, some tape to hold stuff. 1, 2, 3 blocks are good. That kind of stuff. And I didn't have any of it. I was just totally unprepared. Just totally unprepared. But it went together. And I think once it dries, it'll be fairly sturdy. I just used Type Bond Premium Wood Glue, number 2. So this has, I'm going to try to turn around here without it falling apart so you can see it. So it has, in here you'll put things like paint brushes, maybe your, yeah, they do split rock, they do. The smaller drills, what am I trying to say? The hand drill. You know what I'm talking about. Pencils, absolutely. There's some spots here for drill bits. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 spots for drill bits here. This you can use to either put, you know, solder spools on, or I know you can hang pliers by the handles, the small pliers. You can hang them on by the handle. Things, or tweezers, things that have 2 legs on them. Anything you can hang on there. I say it's well designed. Just I thought it wasn't because of my ridiculousness. So Split Rock, this is a Hobby Zone organizer. They're on what was it, hobbyzone.biz or something like that. You have to be careful because there's a Hobby Zone hobby shop, and then there's a Hobby Zone. These are made in Poland. But there's a U.S. website that you have to order it from. You can't order it from the Polish website. Modeling knives, absolutely. Your X-Acto knives, that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff. And then there's this right here. This is just a little tray, so you can lay stuff in it. You know, once again, maybe your X-Acto knives or anything you could lay down in it. So, Heath, I've never heard that. It's possible if you store your paintbrushes sticking up that the bristles can separate. I have no idea. I sure wouldn't store them with the bristles down because that'll deform them as well. So they would actually have to be laying flat. You know, you don't want to, even though you may not want to store a paintbrush up, you sure don't want to store it down either. So I would, it's either going to be flat or the bristles up, one or the other. And I really don't know. I've never thought about it. I've always had mine laying down. So use tight bond, which is what I did, Ken. And zap glue in a couple spots just to hold to the glue set. That's probably a good idea too. Like I said, I finally got everything to line up here. I wish I'd had some smaller clamps to clamp from front to back. That would have been a good idea along the bottom. You only want to do that on the bottom edge because there's not enough rigidity here. You know, at the top. Probably my 2-inch clamps. These had way too much strength for. I could have put them here, but what happens is it was bowing the back out because there was so much strength in the clamps. So. But the other thing I learned is put the magnets in first. Just make sure when you put your magnets in that you know what pole, the correct pole, so it doesn't repel the other module. So. Split rock, Masters brush cleaner stuff. Leave some on the bristles to hold the pointy form while they dry. Yep. Oh, how about that? Michael's made a sale. I don't know if Michael's here had any HO stuff. Hobby Lobby still does, but not a great selection. They've got some of those JTT trees, and then they've got some woodland scenic stuff, and they've got the Bachman train sets. I think Bachman's one of the only people left that makes train sets in HO scale. I haven't even seen other. I think that maybe Athearn was or still is. I'm not sure. Good idea, Split Rock. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's Hobby Lobby and Michael's are the only two. Well, I say hobby shops. They're not really hobby shops, but not like I think of a hobby shop. The only two places left that sell hobby materials in my area. So it's if I can't get it there, I have to order it online or drive to Dallas. Yeah, Split Rock. The Hobby Zone makes the holes for the paint holders in 3 different sizes, so you could get the AK and Vallejo bottles in there. Like I said, the ones I got the organizer for the larger bottles. Like I can put Model Master and that kind of stuff in here. Athern and Cotto. Okay. And then I've got the other organizer for the smaller Vallejo bottles. So. But they actually make 3 different sizes, and the largest size I didn't even get one of those because there's very few bottles of things. The only thing I would have would fit in the larger holes would be like the Stenolres primer. It would need the larger holes, but I think I've got a couple 3 bottles that size, and it just wasn't worth it. I can put. You know what? Let me put one more together if somebody wants to see it. I mean, I can definitely do it. Let me put this one up here. Let's see. I didn't get glue all over the place. I cannot believe the amount of glue that was just in spots. So here's the small. Here's the small bottle holder, and this will hold Vallejo and also the like the testers paint, the square bottles, which I have a lot of that stuff. There's also a little mapping on here to tell you how to put your. Oh, should hold up to the camera, not the computer, to tell you how to put your magnets in. It says North Pole or South, but I'm like, well, what do they consider North and South? So, am I going to follow the directions this time? Heath, yeah, you're busting my chops. I can't believe it. Can't believe you said that, Heath. I can't believe Heath said that. All right. And Wilmer wants me to change my blade. So just for Wilmer, I'm going to change my blade. So you wouldn't follow the directions? What about my foam board? Look at that, I have a brand new blade. Split Rock, you're right. True model railroaders do not follow the directions. That's all I can say. Oh. I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen. I tried to put a new blade in. There we go. Definitely terrain, yes. All right. Well, I'm just not having any luck tonight. My box cutter's not working. Look at that, brand new blade. Thanks, Wilmer. All right. Okay. That doesn't need anything done to it. This, however, so I didn't see where my magnets went to. They're probably still in the box. There they are. So how do I know? How do I know which is the north and which is the south pole on the magnet? Somebody tell me that. I don't know how to tell which is the north and which is the south. The north will be in blue and the south will be in gray. Maybe that's the way. So set your magnet near a compass. I don't have a compass out here. Okay, I'm just going to guess. But the opposite poles of a magnet attract. So I would assume that if I put them in this way, These will repel. Yeah. So I've got to put them in the same way at least. Now, the one other thing I forgot. Oh, what's in there? Where's my instructions? I saw them just a minute ago. There they are. Okay, so these have to come apart. This is a different one. This is the paints module. So it's just a little bit different. I need instructions for everything. All right. Well, thanks for dropping in and causing havoc, Heath. I do appreciate it. So this goes like this. So it's saying put the north to one end and the south on the other. Okay. Well, look at there. Mm-hmm. Okay, tell me how those are supposed to go in. They are a tight fit. Aha. There we go. There's one. So the opposite side, I want to put this one out. See, Heath asked me to put another one together, then he left. Can you believe it? Okay. I'm trying to press these down as far as it'll go with my thumb. I'm not having much luck. There we go. All right. Good deal. Now I'm not gonna put the bottom ones in right now because I'm actually just gonna do mine on a single level, I think. Now you know what? Maybe I am. Just in case. Just in case. So that's the opposite poles. All right, so they have to go in like this. Because you at least want the same pole on each side. So there we go. Check. Yeah. So you got to kind of press hard to get things started. Or use the hammer to kind of dent the hole. I'm not having much luck with this side. So what I'm going to do is that. There we go. All right. Okay. Voila. So I have the back and the 3 levels. And let me see how or 4 levels rather. Let me see if there's any difference. And there is. So sure, these are for the small bottles. So you look here under small. If you can see that in the instructions, tells you what order they go in. So the longest one or the widest one goes first. I would assume. So they're both the same width. It looks like this one's the bottom one, the one with the. Nope, I'm wrong. Huh. So the picture shows something different. The picture shows that there's a wide end on both of them, and then a narrow end, and then wide ends, and then. But that's not the way these are cut. These are cut a wide end. These two have a wide end on that side, and these two have a wide end on this side. So, marvelous. Hey, Melvin, how's it going? So that means I alternate. So wide then so these have this wide here, and then this wide here, and then this one's the third level, and then this one's the top level. So that's how they sit, just like that. Yeah, these will be a little bit easier just because there's the two ends, the middle, and then the four shelves. I'm going to put the middle in first. Blue's kind of runny. There we go. And I put this one in first because that'll make it easier to wipe the edges. That's why I'm doing the middle one first. So Randall says he's going to try an Intermountain. I do not have any Intermountain locomotives. I've got some of their cars, but I don't have any locomotives by Intermountain. So I don't know how good they are. I'm sure they're acceptable at least. At the very least. Okay. So that's a north and a south. All righty. Can he do it? Okay, so I need to wipe the glue off of this side because there's nothing to glue it to on that side. So, Lackawanna Railfence, Intermountain makes great stuff. Probably does. I know their freight cars I think are really nice. So I'm sure their locomotives are as well. There we go. A lot of little drips. Okay. So this is how the back goes on. And the only thing that glues into the back is besides the sides, are the very top shelf. So I'm going to, on the wide sections, I'm going to put glue. And then actually out the top shelf, before I put it in, I will put glue on the back of the head. Because it'll just be way too messy. Now it's running. I squeezed it too hard. Right? All right, there we go. Wipe up the glue. I told you I make a mess with this stuff. Have plenty of paper towels. That's all I can say. Especially if you're messy like me. This is like when I'm eating. I have to have about 10 napkins. So Intermountain uses lock sound decoders. That's nice. I like lock sound. I don't have any personally, but I like what I hear from them. Right up at the corner of that. Right. So these aren't, like I said, these aren't too hard to build. You just got to have the right tools when you build them. So 1, 2, 3 blocks would have been great. Um, something to clamp them with. Would have been nice. But live and learn, right? In CV, I think you can load your own sounds on those, but you got to have the right thing to do it with. Okay. There we go. Why, that looks spectacular. I'm glad there was a company that thought to make these. Sure thing, Wilmer. You take it easy. No, Heath, I didn't find the directions. Who needs stinking directions? So I am going to. This is the last one to put in. I'll put some glue on top there, and on top there. And my wife just walked in. She brought me coffee a while ago, and now she's bringing me some water to drink because she probably thought I was dying of thirst here doing all this yakking. It is. She wouldn't get on camera though. All right. Let's try to wipe the glue off. Now, once again, if I'm going to try to tape this to the back. At least it keeps some pressure on it without pulling it up. That's the only other problem. Okay. I threw the tape on the floor, and it rolled as far away as possible. It couldn't fall flat. It had to roll. You know how that is. Yeah, Heath, I've just got I don't have any painter's tape here, so I figured electrical tape might work. There we go. I normally would not use electrical tape for something like this, but when you're unprepared, that's all I had laying around. That's what I got. There we go. There, I think that's keeping it together at least. So till it dries. So the good thing about this glue is this Tight Bond 2 is you can, I think you can unclamp it after about 30 minutes. So this is clamped for a minimum of 30 minutes. And don't stress the joints for 24 hours. So good night, John. So that's 2 of the modules. So in less than 2 hours, so figure about 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes per module. Those seem to be holding well. If you happen to get these Hobby Zone, so here's the first one, here's the second one. What I did is I got the corners module. I'm not going to put those together tonight, of course, but the corner, I got the large bottom module and then another bottom module for the small bottles, because that's what I have most of are the small bottles. So, like I said, the Vallejo paints and the small square testers bottles will fit in here. This is for some larger stuff like the Model Master, I think the smaller Tamiya bottles will fit in here. Heath wants to stress his joints by yelling at them. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, Vallejo does have a nice YouTube channel. It's hard to understand them sometimes because they're Spanish, but they do. And in some instances, I'll use Vallejo paints. Some I don't. I don't like to use, even though they have them, I don't like to use acrylic primers. I just don't think they have the bond that an enamel or a lacquer does. So. And that's just me. If you like to use them, you go for it. See, enamels and lacquers, because they're solvent based, they'll actually grip into the plastic. On a microscopic level, they're melting into the plastic. So that's why I like to use enamels and lacquers for primers, and then a lot of times I'll top coat or either weather with acrylics. So, but I do use both. Maybe I should tape this too. Yeah, I actually watch a lot of his videos, Barbados Rex. He does a lot of testing, And one thing that he recommends, or that he does, that all of us should do, is he uses a lot of those white plastic spoons to spray on and test his paints, and that's a very good idea. And it's a cheap idea. Yeah, Heath, if you don't, I completely understand, especially being in an apartment like you are. You don't want to use enamels. Um, I have a booth, and I can exhaust it and everything, so it's not as bad. But you sure don't want to be breathing that stuff, like I have all my life. It's just recently I got a spray paint booth. I mean, I grew up painting with enamel paints because there wasn't a such thing as acrylics for models when I was growing up, or maybe there was, but I didn't know about them. Because everybody used, when I was growing up, you used Tester's paints or Pactras. Pactra was still in vogue at that time. I'm just going to tape these edges down. Oops. A little slick. All right. Okay. Yeah, the back of the spoons is a great thing because, like I said, it's cheap too. I mean, you go out and buy it for $1. You can buy those white plastic spoons and just test on them. And it's good to test because it's an art trying to get your thinner just right, so your paint sprays correctly. If it's too much thinner, and then you can have runs, or it takes, you don't get good coverage, and then if you don't have enough thinner, you're going to clog up your airbrush, etc. So, all right, guys. Well, unless you have any big questions, I'm going to call it a night. It's almost time for Perry Mason. If you watch Me TV, Perry Mason comes on in about 12 minutes. So I appreciate everybody joining me. This was kind of an impromptu thing, so I hope you enjoyed it, or got to yak at least a little bit with everybody. So um, everybody take it easy, and I will catch you next time around.